Just first of all, just really proud of our team at this point in the season. You know, we've got 6 games to kind of really evaluate, and you know, I think we've made a lot of progress in areas. I'm excited about you know, having some time next week, next couple weeks to you know, really put our best foot forward to the second half of the season. Really evaluate, self-scout, a lot of stuff, crossover stuff. But man, another big challenge this week to get to that point. You know, another night game on the road, division game. You know, it just seems, again, every time we seem to go on the road, it's some night game, electric crowd. I know it'll be a great crowd. That's a good environment. You know, we really had a tough time up there a couple of years ago. They had a bunch of big plays on us, and we were fortunate to get out of there. But I will say this about our team: I love how they've come to work this week. You know, with a short week, kind of a different routine. Just their mindset that they came back on Sunday, because that's usually their off day. They're not used to coming in here on Sundays, and now all of a sudden they're back in here on Sunday, and it's a Monday mindset, Monday meetings, practice, Sunday night, and Mondays are always long days for them anyway. That's kind of their lab days, and then to come back in here in another late practice, because we usually practice late on Mondays. I just like how they've responded. They've been very workmanlike and just kind of about their business. I think they're excited about this trip. We got a lot of guys who've not been to Syracuse, and so looking forward to going up there. But again, this is another tough challenge for us. I'll say this: Dino has done an awesome job. Kind of like what I said last week about Wake Forest and Coach Clawson. I mean, I just think we got a bunch of great coaches in this league, and that just are doing a great job with their programs, and you can just see it. You know, some of them I don't get to see as much. We don't play Virginia every year, but I kind of keep up. And man, you look at what Bronco's done up there at Virginia, and just you know, building that program back. Obviously, what Coach Rick's done there down in Miami. But there's a bunch of really good coaches, and these new guys that have come into I'm kind of one of the old guys now. You know, I'm a young guy but an old guy in this league from a tenure standpoint. So I've seen a lot of change and a lot of transition. This is my as a matter of fact, Friday night will be my 9-year anniversary of my interim job. October 13th was when I was hired as an interim coach, and so over this 9-year span, I've seen a lot of change, a lot of transition with the coaches. And I tell you what, man, this is a great group of coaches in this league, and Dino is outstanding, and you can just see it kind of coming, you know, and you know, this is going to be a really tough division opponent for many years. As long as he's there, I know he's going to do a great job, and he already has. But a much improved football team from last year. We kind of jumped on them last year and just got up. Their quarterback got hurt, and the game kind of got away pretty quickly. But we expect a hard-fought, you know, 4-quarter battle going up there. They'll be excited for this matchup at night at home, you know, versus Clemson, all that stuff. But they're well coached, and they got good players. You know, their quarterback, this Dungy kid, is a very good player. He's big. He's a 220-pound plus guy, 6'3", very accurate, very confident in what they do. They play very fast. Those of you who've watched them at all, you understand their system. They're going to, if you give them any grass at all, they're going to take it. I mean, they get the ball out quick, really hard to get to him. They don't hold the ball a whole lot, and then if you get up in their face and press them, you know, it's catch, cock, and throw. I mean, the ball's going downfield in a hurry. So there's a lot of 50-50 balls, a lot of competitive plays, and then boom, their speed sweep is the ball on the perimeter as fast as you can get it. And then, oh, by the way, they got a like 90-pound running back this year. It's crazy that they actually will hand the ball to some. So they do some neat stuff. They've got every screen known to mankind that you can think of. They got it, and so they're a challenge. They're a challenge. So we got to really be locked in on what we're doing. Their tempo, getting the calls in, getting our alignments, getting our eyes on the right things, playing with great technique, and not getting distracted by some of the presentation that they will give us. And then the flip side of it, defensively, very experienced. I will say this too. They got the two best receivers we've probably played. Them two cats right there, number 3 and number 8, they're the real deal. In fact, when I watched the tape, when I got done watching the tape, I was like, dang, I thought Mike Williams was in San Diego. That number 8 catches everything. I mean, guys hanging on him, going, falling out of bounds. I mean, 50-50 balls. He catches just about everything. So he's going to be a real handful. And then they give number 3, he's all over the place. He's in the slot. He's motion guy. He's outside. He's screen guy. They're going to touch it. But those two guys combined, they lead the country right now in receptions as a duo. And Ishmael, number 8, leads the nation by himself in catches. So this is a legit group, got an excellent tight end to go along with it, but defensively got 16 guys back who started last year at some point. And so you got a lot of experience. They've got good depth up front. They're playing 8 guys in the defensive line. They've got 4 or 5 guys at linebacker. They're not as deep in the secondary at safety. They've had a couple guys get hurt, but they're really good. So it's a good group, and they pressure not quite 50% of the time, but close. Just a ton of pressures. Inside pressures, outside pressures. So they force you to be very, very disciplined. And if you're not communicating, if you're not on the right page, then you got a guy coming free, and it's a tackle for loss or sack or whatever. A lot of run stop pressures. But again, just a good football team. You got to go up there and you got to execute well, and you're going to have a fight on your hands, but excited about it.
Coach got the sense talking to the players yesterday that they're really looking forward to this break. How much do you think that helps, just knowing that bye is right around the corner from them?
Well, I think it helps. I really do, because you're going into Game 7, and we've been going since August 1st, so. I mean, these guys are, and it's, coaches too. Coaches, it's 7 days a week, and you're just such a routine, and you just kind of just go, and you look up and you go, holy cow, we're in Game 7. Where did the time go? So I think everybody is looking forward to just kind of just taking a deep breath, and then we get a lot of work done during the open week. Obviously, we got another opponent to prepare for, but it's really just a lot of crossover work. We really study ourselves a lot, as if we're playing each other, to really just use our resources and our minds that we have here to break each other down, and just try to give ourselves a good path moving forward when we come out of the break. So that's a lot of it, and plus we prepare for the rest of the season. I mean, that's just a part of your open date, plus getting healthy and just kind of recharging. But this week's about, emptying the tank. I mean, whatever we got in that tank, we need to empty it, and that's what it's going to take to have a chance to get a W up there.
How has Kelly responded to treatment this week?
He's been good. Practiced all day yesterday and moved around well, and so I was very encouraged.
Coach, could we get a quick update on Justin Foster, how his ankle's doing?
Yeah, he's doing good. I think he's going to be able to go this week too. So he practiced yesterday as well.
You said you've seen a lot of change in the ACC. What things have been significant changes from 2008, 2009 to now?
Well, expansion. Didn't we? Who did we bring in? We brought in Pittsburgh and Syracuse since then. So that's one thing, and then obviously Notre Dame, even though they're not in the league, but you know they're playing 5 games a year, so the rest of the sports, they are a league opponent. That's been a change, but just the coaches. I mean, like I said, there's 14 coaches, and I think I'm third in tenure, and because I got hired 9 years ago as an interim this Friday, and I think that's the same year that Paul Johnson got hired right before the season, because we played him that Saturday, my first game. And that was the first time we'd played the triple option. So he had just gotten hired that year, and I think David Cutcliffe had just gotten hired that year too, maybe just a little ahead of Paul. So, you know, just so much change and turnover, you know, from a coach's standpoint has been the biggest thing. You know, Coach Bowden, my first coaches meeting, Coach Bowden and Coach Beamer and, you know, all that crew, Coach Grove, they're all moved on now, so just different coaches. That's probably the biggest thing. And then this league, from a competitive standpoint, it's night and day from where it was in 2008. I mean, it's not even close. From a national standpoint, out of conference standpoint, just very, very different.
Coach, the secondary is going to have a challenge with those receivers you mentioned. They've done a great job this season avoiding pass interference and coverage. How much of that is attributable to the work you did with the boxing gloves, and who came up with that idea? Was it Coach Venables, or was it Coach Reed or Coach Kahn?
Well, it was actually my idea, but I stole it from Bill Belichick. So I don't know if it